Welcome to I Can Do That with Nicole Empowers. So, one thing that I am super passionate about these days is I quit my corporate job like a year ago. And it was so life-changing for me just because I was able to really put things into perspective. And maybe at some point I'll go into why I decided to quit my job. But it had a lot to do with just my mental health and realizing my purpose and what I actually wanted to do with my life. And so I have basically like a list of things that I've learned so far since quitting my corporate job a year ago. So, the first thing that I learned that I think is super, super cliche, but it is so true that money cannot buy happiness or your health. And this is so near and dear to my heart because I recently actually saw a TikTok video where someone was talking about this and talking about how if you are in a job where you, let's say, are making like a lot more money than you used to, um, depending on the job and if it's like stressful and like sucking the life out of you, you will most times start spending more money to cope with having that high stress, high money job. And so I have seen that happen in my life where I had this amazing job, I had great money, and I literally was just spending myself into a hole every single day. Like, I wish you guys could have seen, like, I wish my car had like a tracker to see how many times I was at Target or the mall or eating or buying clothes. Like, it was crazy. So, yeah, money cannot buy happiness or health. Then your job title cannot be your personality. So I have learned so much more about who I actually am and what I actually like outside of my job title. So I was an IT program manager in operations, actually. And as a program manager slash like project manager, that was starting to become my whole like personality. I definitely relied on, oh, well, I'm a type A type of person and I'm an organizer and I'm a planner and this, that, and the third, to where one, you're horrible to be around. And two, that's not a personality trait. Like that's just something that you do or like to do. That's not like who you are as a person. And the reason why I think that's so important to note is because say you do anything wrong within that. So say you maybe messed up at work with planning or you missed a deadline or whatever the case may be, you immediately start to question who you are as a person and not just saying, "Oh, like I just messed up." So I just that was like a big aha moment for me with like your job title is not your personality. The next one is ask for what you want and don't just leave it up to chance. There were so many times that I just didn't ask for what I wanted. I didn't make it clear about what I wanted to do, which leads me to the next one, which is stand firm on your boundaries. Again, there were so many times that I didn't speak up for myself. I didn't at least say, hey, this is not going to work for me. I was the, yes man all the time. I said yes to every single thing to where it hurt me, it killed me. And I just think that we need to ask for what we want and be clear of what we want and set firm boundaries. If it's not going to work for us, it's not going to work. There's no way that you can try to bend it and make this or that work or change or whatever. And this is something that I'm learning too as a doctoral student in psychology. I have been around the most I have this boundary and please don't cross it type of people that I've ever been around in my entire life. And it is so refreshing. It puts things into perspective for me so much. We have to live our lives. We have to do what works for us. If something's not going to work, don't try to bend it in place so that it will. Just move on from it. The next thing is take ownership of your life. Plan your day-to-day schedule and your activities and let that be that. I've had such a great time in planning my life, planning my day-to-day, being able to see what works for my schedule, fitting in a lot of things that I like, re-looking at everything and saying, you know what, that's not going to work. I'm not going to be able to do that. So like that has been the most rewarding part of this, but also the most challenging, the most eye-opening. It's taught me so much about myself, being able to plan out my life and think about how I think and how I process things and how I like to have my day go. So yeah. Anyway, those are just a few. Maybe I'll come back and do a part 2, but that's what I've learned so far. And I hope it helps you guys. Thanks. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to I Can Do That with Nicole Empowers. If this episode inspired you, made you think, or even made you laugh, please like it and share it with a friend that can do that too. If you want to see other things I'm doing, please check me out on social media. All of my links to find me will be in the description below. Can't wait to see you and meet you one day.